Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of our Community Access. This week, we will tell you about the American Cancer Society Relay for Life, and that will be from June 1st and 2nd at Friendship Park in Lake Orion. Then our friend Elgin Nichols has another segment of his toolbox. Then, another great dog from the Canine Rescue League. And finally, it's George from Mojo's Garden Center, all today on our Community Access.
Hello there. Welcome to the American Legion Friday Night Fish Fry. Y'all come in to the best fish fry in town.
Welcome back. Join the celebration, Two Communities, One Fight, Relay for Life of Oxford and Lake Orion. With the story is our reporter, Terry Stiles.
Hi, Bill. Little out of my comfort zone. We're at Friendship Park in Lake Orion, and I'm talking to Liz Sawilski, and she is head of Relay for Life, which is coming up on June 1st and 2nd. And as in the past, it will be an Orion and Oxford event. So I'm going to introduce you to Liz and let her take it away. Liz, nice to meet you, and thanks for being here. I'm going to set this down so we can both talk.
Sure.
Tell me a little bit about the event for this year.
Sure. The Oxford Lake Orion Relay for Life is an event to really bring the community together and help fight cancer. It is June 1st and 2nd this year here at Friendship Park. We're so lucky to have it here and them host us. And it's going to be a 24-hour celebration to really honor our survivors and our caregivers and to remember those that have been lost to cancer. So it's really an opportunity for the community to come together and really do something to fight back against cancer.
There's such an emotional support in numbers.
Yeah.
This is based on teamwork as well, right? There's
Yes.
teams in the relay walk.
Yes, so the way it works, it's a team type of fundraiser. It's actually the American Cancer Society's signature fundraising event. There's actually over 5,200 relays across the U.S. and we are actually, Relay for Life is in 21 countries. So it is really a worldwide opportunity for people to come together, really. And so it's very community based. We have over 70 relays here in Southeast Michigan. And so, of course, Oxford and Lake Orion wanted to be part of that. Oxford and Lake Orion started off as two separate relays probably, I think, about 13 years ago. Or actually, they started together. They broke apart for about 12 years. And then just recently, in the last couple of years, they've come back together.
Again, going to that emotional connection and
Yes.
strength in numbers.
It really is. And it's an opportunity. The way we talk about it is it's two communities coming together for one fight. And so we actually have 30 teams signed up already this year. Obviously, we'd love to have more. And we're prepping, we're getting ready. The teams are fundraising on our website. They're fundraising through team fundraisers, collecting bottles, doing fundraisers through our local businesses around in Oxford and Lake Orion. So we get a lot of support through the community. And then the day of the event, they come out, they set up tents. They're here at 10 a.m. We kick it off. And the teams, they take donations for food and arts and crafts and little things. We enjoy having the public come out. It's a public event. Everyone is welcome. And we have activities throughout the day, entertainment. We have a silent auction. We have a live auction. So it's really fun, and it's really an opportunity for the community to come together, and really Oxford and Lake Orion to come together for one really great cause.
And explain a little bit why it's that 24-hour overnight.
Yeah, it's a long haul, but it's actually, the idea is that cancer never sleeps. So for 24 hours, if we can only imagine what a cancer patient goes through. And so the idea is that for 24 hours, you know what, we'll come together, we'll stay up, or that's okay if maybe we nod off for a little bit, but we'll stay together as one for 24 hours, because it's kind of like the least we can do for somebody that's been going through the journey, that they don't get a choice to go home and sleep in a fluffy bed. They don't get a choice to go home. You know, they have to keep fighting. They have to go on. And so for 24 hours, we kind of band together and stay together. We have activities throughout the evening, throughout the night. The teams come up with fun activities to do. Again, we have music and a DJ that's going 24 hours. So there's definitely opportunities for us throughout the event to reflect and remember those that have passed, but also to celebrate those that have survived and have beat cancer.
Which that number is growing, and thanks to events like this. It started by one man doing it for his own personal emotional goal. So for people, last year, how many teams did we have?
We had 34 teams last year.
All right, so
and
we're right up there.
Yeah, right up there. And our goal was around 100,000, and we actually raised 130,000 last year.
Wow, that's great.
So last year was a standout year for us. Yeah. So our goal is 134,000 this year, just up it a little bit, right? We got to strive for something. And we have 30 teams on board right now. Again, the Relay for Life is a fundraising event, and so we've encouraged all of our teams to go out there, build their teams, ask people to join them, whether it's a survivor or a caregiver. You know, on average, a team is about 15 people. And again, we encourage them to fundraise in whatever way works for them. So whether it's doing team fundraisers, fundraising online through Facebook and through email, collecting cans, whatever is easiest for them, we encourage them to do. And so really 90% of the fundraising is done before the actual day. And then we ask the teams to just come out and enjoy the day. Yes, to enjoy all of the hard work that they've put in.
And so for somebody that might be new, or a new team just getting a team together, what would you recommend? How they organize that? What kind of food? What should they bring?
Sure.
What should they pack in their bag?
Well, the number one thing is if they want to get involved, if they want to be a team, then they would contact me. Okay. So they can contact, they can call me at 248-663-3406.
And I'll put that on the bottom.
Okay, good. And also our website, which I'm sure you'll list. And so they would go through and they would sign up a team, or they would contact me and say, hey, Liz, I want to get involved. I want to create a team. If they want to just come out and walk, if they're part of the public that just wants to see what is Relay for Life all about, or what, you know, I just want to go out and check it out for an hour or a couple hours, they're more than welcome to. They can just come out the day of the event. They need no invitation. They need not sign up. So those are the two different ways. We actually have something really important going on, though, at our relay this year. We're one of 3 relays in Southeast Michigan, which, again, there's 70. So one of 3 that were chosen through our national organization to host CPS3, which is abbreviated for Cancer Prevention Study 3, and it's actually a study, a cancer study that is conducted by the American Cancer Society, and it's our third kind of stint to go through a study and people to get enrolled to learn more about cancer, how to prevent cancer. And so we're asking everybody between the ages of 30 and 65 that have never been diagnosed with cancer, that is willing to be part of a long-term study, to come out and be part of it.
Wow.
Our enrollment is between 1 and 5 o'clock held at our Relay for Life event on June 1st here at Friendship Park. And all they have to do is show up, come to the CPS3 tent, and say, hey, I want to be part of this study. Wow. It's very easy. You'll be here for maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes. There's a few pieces of paperwork that you need to fill out. We take a small amount of blood sample, But it's very exciting because Oxford and Lake Orion were chosen to host this study, which is a huge honor.
Yes.
We can't just host it at any relay event. It's got to be a special one. So we're very honored to have it. And again, it's a study to really learn more about how to prevent cancer. So if someone wants to get involved and say they don't know anything about Relay for Life, but they want to get involved, they want to do something to fight back against cancer, this is a perfect opportunity to do it. They can be part of really helping find a cure and maybe preventing their child or their children's children to be diagnosed. So it's definitely a great way to get involved. And so we're encouraging everyone, please, between the ages of 30 and 65 that have never been diagnosed with cancer. And if there's survivors out there that say, shucks, I can't get involved, I've been diagnosed with cancer, the best way to get involved, and it seems like it doesn't make a big impact, but it does, is to share the information with at least one other person.
Right.
That word of mouth makes such a huge difference.
Best advertising.
It is.
Right.
So just share it with people that you know, your caregivers, your friends, your grandchildren, your children, whoever it might be. Share the information with them and invite them to please come out on June 1st between 1 and 5.
Such important, groundbreaking work.
Oh.
Thank you so much for your energy, your enthusiasm, and you taking the helm on this event. I know it's a huge event.
Thank you.
We're going to do as much as we can to get the word out there, to get everybody down here.
Thank you.
I was here last year. It was a wonderful event. It doesn't matter what the weather is.
Yeah.
And we will see you there. I promise you that.
Thank you so much.
Don't forget, give Liz a call.
Thank you, Terry. Do not miss the celebration at Friendship Park at 3192 Clarkston Road, Lake Orion, June 1st and 2nd from 10 to 10.
Hi, I'm Liz Sawilski, Senior Representative with the American Cancer Society, and Relay for Life is coming to Oxford and Lake Orion. We actually are hosting our event here at Friendship Park, June 1st and 2nd. It's a 24-hour event, 10 a.m. to 10 a.m., and we invite all the public. We want everyone to come out and join us. The money raised for Relay for Life helps fund cancer research as well as programs and services provided through the American Cancer Society. So please come out and join us June 1st and 2nd here at Friendship Park. Please contact me with any questions, and we hope to see you here.
Welcome back. Next up is our friend Elgin Nichols for another segment of Elgin's Toolbox. Elgin?
Hi Bill, welcome to Elgin's Toolbox. And today we're at Lake Villa and we're going to change a light bulb. With a little bit of luck, it's not going to be a light bulb, we're going to replace the whole fixture. And actually, if you take the right precautions and safety, you could do this too and save a lot of money. First thing we want to do is kill the power on that baby, and I'll be back in just a moment. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to disassemble this so we can access the necessary screws to take it off the wall. And these just pop out of this system pretty easily, as you can see. We want to save that light bulb. It is one of those energy efficient bulbs, so that's definitely the type we want to use. Of course, I was going to say we could put a big old spotlight, about 1,000 watt in there, but I don't think it'll handle that. Most units like this are wired with a number 14 wire, which is code. Normally in new house construction, I always like to use number 16, but number 14 is very much used in just about every home I know of. Well, we couldn't get in there with the DeWalt, so we're going to use the ratchet. And we should be able to remove that screw with this with a little bit of luck. And this will take a couple minutes, and then we'll pull this assembly off. Okay, we have the first one all loosened up. We're going to go for the second one. And it should be pretty easy. We're going to have to pry it loose because there's caulking around it. Okay, we got the screws out. Now we're going to pry this off. As you can see, there's a lot of caulk on it. Probably more than a guy really needs. Give us a minute here, a second. It's the only thing holding it. All right, now we've got it. You'll see two wires going to it, a black one and a white one. And actually what we're doing here is completing continuity of the switch. The switch is, as it implies, it's either on, that means contacts are made, or these two wires turns them on, or it's off, in which case it would be called an open, and then in which case there's nothing going, no current flowing. Therefore the light would not function. So next thing we're going to do, we know the power is off, is get the new fixture. We'll unscrew this and we'll mount the new fixture. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to disconnect this fixture by taking these wire nuts off. Little yellow jobs here. There's two of them. Now the fixture, the old fixture is free. What do we do with it? That's what we do with it. Okay, it's definitely in not good shape, and it's even worse shape as it hit the ground. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this mount in place, and this one won't go on exactly the way the other one did, but it'll work just fine. And this consists of two screws mounting to the bracket. I noticed the old unit did not have the ground connected. It's here, so we cut away the insulation on it, and we're going to connect the ground to this plate. It's not really necessary for a light switch to have a ground. That's why they didn't do it, and it is, you know, according to code. But wherever there's a ground, I like to connect them. Okay, we're going to loosen up this ground screw, which by the way is the color green. There's two types of grounds. There's a neutral, which normally would be the white wire, and then there's the earth ground, which is the plain copper. So we know which is which here, and we're going to hook up the earth ground. Tricky part is handling this, being able to juggle at this point. We take the ground from the light, and we're going to put it on that ground strip, and then we're going to tighten it down, and that will hold that light until we get the power lines connected. Only take us a few seconds here. There. And you can see that light is going to go nowhere. It's going to hang there. So next thing we're going to do, we're going to hook this up to the white and the black to the black. And I have to get a couple of nuts to put that together. Not counting us. These up here, okay? Okay, we're going to hook the black to the black. That makes sense, huh? These are the nuts that come with it. And the easiest way or best way to do this is you give it a kind of a twist, but you leave the stranded wire rather than the solid wire protruding so that it will be your starter. You want to make sure that that wire is on there snug. And put it on nice and tight. And that's one down, one to go. Now they come like this with this tip on here. I like to pull this off, not use it, because that gives me a little more shank to work with inside of the nut. As you can see, I'm putting this in first, and then you can put this one in. And once you do that and twist it, nice and tight. And there, we have the power, so it's just a matter of us mounting it in place now and then testing it. Okay. I like to test them, of course, before I actually put everything together in case there's a problem. So we're going to put a light bulb in right now. Okay, we have put the bulb in, and I did test it already, and there is power. I did turn the power back off. because now we're going to mount this. In order to do that, got a couple of screws here that need to come apart, and they will turn internally, so we have to be careful here that we not. We'll turn it to the depth required for this. And it may vary, and that's the reason why they design it this way, is so that you can choose the depth of the unit depending on the box that you're using. Okay, I'm going to put these on like so. And this one here is going to have to probably go in a little bit, but we'll see how much space we have. Now let me just screw this one in and then lock it in place before I put the actual light on. Okay, we're getting ready to mount this little rascal. We had to make sure all the wires are poked in. And then we got to line up the screws. I got one side. Make sure I don't drop them. And normally I like to run a bit of foam, not spray foam, but insulating foam around it. Helps keep the critters out. The really tiny critters. The great big ones, they'll come through the front door. Okay, as soon as we get these on, it's a matter of putting the cap on next. And I need to snug these up. Okay, we just about got this thing finished. We got to put the cap on. The thing, keep in mind that every light fixture has a rating on it as far as what size light bulb to use. In this particular case, you can use a 100 watt or a 60 watt, 100, no more than 100. And with these energy efficient bulbs, there is no problem with this whatsoever. I'll put these screws on so the next windstorm that comes along, the homeowner won't have to chase it down the street. Well, next week, we're going to be installing a wall switch. The homeowner says that it sparks. Can you say smoking? So we're going to fix that. And also, we're going to put new skirting on one of these double wide manufactured homes. So we'll be back with that next time. Let me go inside, turn the switch on, and hopefully we will have a light. Till next time, this is Elgin Nichols. Join me in our toolbox.
Good job, Elgin. Next up is our Dog of the Week from the Canine Rescue League.
Hi, my name is Karen. I'm from Canine Stray Rescue League at 2120 Metamora Road in Oxford, and this is Oliver. Oliver is one of our dogs for adoption. He's a young adult male. He came back to us after the family that had him really just didn't have time for him anymore. So he is at my house right now. He's my foster, and he's a perfect gentleman. He gets along with the dogs and the cats, and he's housebroken, and he is just a good little car rider and a real snuggly little boy. You won't need an extra blanket on the bed with him. He likes to snuggle really well. But anyways, give us a call if you're interested in Oliver. He's ready for adoption and here waiting for you. Thank you.
Do not miss the Wag and Walk this Saturday, May 18th, just by the Oxford Library. Next up is George from Wojo's Garden Center. George?
Good afternoon, and we're welcoming you back to Wojo's Greenhouse and Garden Center here in Ortonville. I'm George, and it is a day that the sun has gone behind the clouds and is raining, but it is gorgeous here in the greenhouse. There are a lot of questions that come up about a plant that last year met some distress within the landscape, and it was the long-standing favorite of folks for a bedding plant, the impatiens. There are many varieties of impatiens, but one particular variety of impatiens, the standard bedding impatiens or the double impatiens, was subject to the downy mildew. And I had a guest come in this week all upset because he had talked with a neighbor that said Wojo's is selling infected plants, which is absolutely not true. We are selling impatiens, but they are healthy. Part of our mission statement here at Wojo's, we start off, our mission statement is, with the help of the Lord, we create an environment where we grow healthy plants for our guests and share with them as much knowledge as possible so they can enjoy the success of creating and maintaining their own beautiful gardens. With that idea of growing healthy plants, that is our goal here. And our owners decided that we weren't going to say the sky is falling, that the impatiens couldn't live. We realized, though, that there is out in the environment a fungus that can attack the impatiens. But here at Wojo's, we treat them with a fungicide. We are selling healthy plants. And for those guests that want the standard regular impatiens that they've enjoyed over the years, we have those for sale. But we do talk to you about what the issues may be. Your neighbor could have impatiens that are infected and the wind could blow it onto your yard and your impatiens might be affected. But here at Wojo's, the plants that we're selling are vibrant and healthy and disease-free. So we want to clear that up right off the bat. Our mission statement is very clear. Joe has had it for many, many years, that it is important that we provide healthy plants. But for those folks that are looking for alternatives, we've put information here, and we have a list of great alternatives to the impatiens. Would be plants like lobelia, coleus, euphorbia, nicotiana, salvia, terrenia, vinca, angelonia, or viola. All of these plant varieties grow in the shade, and they do a superb job as a supplement if you choose not to use our impatiens. We do want to mention, though, that hanging up here, we have a variety of impatiens, the New Guinea impatiens, that are not subject to that downy mildew. There are varieties of impatiens that are not subject to that mildew. One of them is this beautiful New Guinea impatiens, so that you can supplement with these in your landscape or the other plants that we talked about. But we take great pride here at Wojo's in providing, again, information for our guests. Our staff is trained to describe the information that you would need to be successful. And if you have questions about impatiens, you want to stop by and talk to us, and we can share with you the correct information as to how you can be successful. We have some awesome color here. Sales are exciting here. Guests are coming in and filling their carts. Wonderful vegetables. The perennials are in, many of them are in beautiful color. The tree and shrub lot is coming into its beautiful spring colors, and we encourage you to come out and enjoy some time here at Wojo's Greenhouse and Garden Center in Ortonville. Until next time.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Good job, George. Well, that's all the time for this week. We hope you enjoyed our program. Next week, Terry and I will be visiting with the Wag and Walk Saturday. Do not forget to join the celebration on Relay for Life for Oxford and Lake Orion on June 1st and 2nd. So, for our announcers, Terry Stiles and George White, I'm Bill Service, and you have a great, great week.